Well, here we are. It's my final day of doing the Stonksy show on my own. But I'm not on my own today. More about that in a moment. Let me just check that the audio is working. Sounds like it is. Hang on a sec. Is that... Let me just refresh this page here just to check everything's okay. Right, that sounds good. Right, brilliant. Okay, who have we got here? According to my software here, it says there are 20 people watching this, which is phenomenal, actually. It's amazing. Awesome. So here we are. Yeah, so I have been, well, my name is Save with Crypto. I'm from the YouTube channel called Save with Crypto. I've also got an X account, which is called Save with Crypto. And yeah, I've been here since July the 9th, I think it was. Yeah, July the 9th. So this is my 12th day in a row of doing the Stonksy stream while Dave Stonksy is away. Okay. He's back tomorrow, which is going to be great. Because I must admit, as much as I enjoy it, it's kind of like, you know, trying to do the same thing every day and be consistent and not leave dead air. I could just shut up and say nothing, couldn't I? And it wouldn't be very good. But yeah, so just to try and keep the show going and stuff. It does take it out of you. Just a couple of hours a day, whatever. Sort of. So I do admire Dave for doing that. And when he comes back tomorrow, I'm going to tell him as well. And also, so that'll be tomorrow. That'll be Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I'm going to be a guest on the show. So me and Dave can have a chat about what he's been up to and what I've been up to and things like that. So that's all going to be very, very, very cool. Just let me just have a look at these. A couple of comments here. And there you go. Dunder Funder got the first like. Right. And I don't want it to be the last one. So please do give the video lots of likes. Well, just one each, really. And then they'll probably invite me back one day. You never know. If Dave needs another holiday, if he's let out on holiday ever again, that'd be good. And Wisdevolt is it. Good morning, mate. Wisdevolt was on the show on Friday. I think it was Friday. And I said to him, look, I've got a few pounds in my trading 212 account, and I'm looking for some traditional stock to get hold of. And it was a bit of a random question, really, because obviously you need to know what time frame you're looking at. Are you going to hang on to it for years? Are you going to hang on to it for like a few hours or whatever? Anyway, I bought some RX, which is something pharmaceuticals. Hang on a sec, I'll tell you. It's in fact, I'll show you actually. So it was this one here, Recursion Pharmaceuticals. They do, what do? Well, at the moment they're doing something to do with ovarian cancer, and I think that's a good thing because my first ever girlfriend, like when I was 16 or 15 actually. I was with her for a few years, and I found out last year that she actually died a couple of years ago of ovarian cancer, and it's really sad because, I did want to go and see her one day, and obviously never will now. But yeah, so anyway, Recursion Pharmaceuticals. I decided to buy some on Friday, and I'm currently 5.39% up. Obviously, it's not trading right now, but that's like 1,100 quid. So I'm really happy about that. Really, really chuffed. Anyway, let's just go back to the Bitcoin chart again. And I've just noticed that Justin has just popped in to the stream, and I'm going to introduce him. And let me just change that tab to there, and let me add Justin. I'm going to add him to the stage. I'm going to just remove Wiz's thing. There is Justin. Hello, Justin.
Good afternoon.
Hello, mate. I'm really well, thanks. Right. So we've got here Justin. Justin is from the Stonksy indicator community. He's been on the show many times with Dave. He's so I'm just giving you a bit of a background. Justin's done some amazing analysis and just talks generally about lots of things, really, including traditional finance. He is known at the moment as Golden Balls because he loves trading gold, and really pleased to have him here on the show. It is my final show, in the non-Dave stretch. So you're very welcome.
For now, anyway, until Dave decides to bugger off on holiday again.
Well, to be honest, I think I've behaved while he's been away. I don't think I've done anything bad. Sorry.
Get the ship on course.
Yeah. So I don't think. Well, as long as the amount of viewers hasn't just gone to zero, which I don't think it has actually. What'd be really nice if we had some new subscribers to Stonksy. So I will drop some links in the chat while Justin is doing his stuff, and hopefully we'll get some more Stonksy users. I just have a quick look at this comment. So Wisdevolt saying SWC, you're in luck. RX up another 5.5% pre-market. I know, I saw that. That's going to pay for my Spain holiday next week, actually. and Chippy is flying. I'm going to talk about Chippy later on, but I'll do that probably when Justin's gone home, because you can't be here forever, can you?
Unfortunately not. Many people are desiring my services today, including the wife.
Okay.
Got to make sure the kids and everyone's entertained here.
Okay, that's brilliant. Right.
What's the view of the market then?
Am I what? Sorry.
What's your view of the market?
Oh, I'm overall bullish. I think for a bit. I think Bitcoin's due a new all-time high in the next couple of weeks, I reckon. But I think meanwhile, a bit of sideways really. But I'm just guessing, really. I mean, that's why you're here, because
I'll make it up as I go along.
Well, I know. Well, we all do, really. I tell you what, though, I drew this wiggly yellow line on the chart here the other day, and I reckon I must have drawn that on Friday or Saturday or whatever, and it sort of followed it a little bit. Sort of. I don't know what I was thinking. Actually, what I was thinking was I'd drawn the CME, well, the kind of guess on the CME thing there, because that was obviously the CME trades at a bit of a premium.
Yeah, but that's done and dusted, isn't it? The CME when it
last night. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the price just came down there. Boom, done. Okay, so we can forget about that now. So that's gone. My yellow wiggly line is pretty much irrelevant. But I don't know if do you want to start? I mean, is Bitcoin your thing at the moment or not?
It's not what I day trade. I generally day trade gold, as you know, and because I was doing the challenge, and I think I can't even remember what I've done now. It was about 15, 16x, I think it was, on the account. And then,
really?
And then I got bored, and I was also slightly pessimistic about the market at the time. So I had set myself certain parameters to get back in play, of which we're getting closer, but we've not hit them yet. Especially altcoins. I think it's great to have green on the screen and things looking more positive. But I do think, as of right now, we are in potentially dangerous territory. Not like dangerous as in we're going to get a 40% nuke.
Right.
But I think we could see some regression. It depends how we approach certain things, basically, and see what volume comes in.
Okay. I mean, I'm just looking here with Stonksy. I did notice this morning, because I was looking at the price. I didn't really know what it was going to do. I was kind of hoping it would bounce up a little bit more. So at 8 o'clock this morning, we did get a green background on Stonksy, but then it soon went red. And this is on the 1 hour time frame. And the 1 hour time frame is normally pretty reliable. So we might be in for a bit of a dump today, maybe. I did notice, though, on Ethereum, I think it is. So on Ethereum, and this is something I was talking to SMFC about on Thursday, I think it was, because he was talking about the way he's programmed the bot, actually, with Stonksy for Bitcoin. This is not for Ethereum, but he's saying this has been pretty good, where you're looking at this oscillator, and when it's stuck down the bottom there on red, when it changes to pink, it's normally pretty good. And with Ethereum, we're actually down the bottom there now. So Ethereum looks going by Stonksy world, it actually looks much more lively, I would say. If we look at
people were messaging, or I had some messages about Ethereum earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think it's cooked yet. I think because some people were mentioning the RSI being cooked on the daily and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't see it. Just looking at the structure of the chart and the candles and stuff, it doesn't look anywhere near cooked to me yet. We're not far away when we get to potential territory. To get back to your point, have I traded much crypto? I did have. I caught the exact bottom of Solana pullback on Friday at 9 p.m.
Did you really?
Doing about 3 cents, I think it was. Literally marked to perfection. What else? I had a Bitcoin short over the weekend.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes Bitcoin's super easy at the moment. It's if you know what to look for, it's really easy.
Okay. Do you have any charts you want to share? Or
Sure.
talk about?
Right.
Okay.
Let me. How do I share? Here we go. Share screen. Do not show these tips again. So I'm on my laptop today.
Let me just.
Screen.
I'll just have a look. A few comments while we're going through that. So, there's Gonksy's here. Hello, Gonksy. How you doing? Yeah. Chippy is flying. Well, look at Chippy, as I say. Sell your kids and buy Chippy. Okay. I'll tell you what I might do. I might sell my.
We're back to the shilling days of stuff, huh?
Yeah. I tell you what, though. I took all my EGLD apps out of its staking the other day, and I've been watching it go up a little bit this morning, and I'm so bloody tempted just to sell the whole lot and just buy Chippy with it.
I actually quite like e-gold at the moment.
Yeah.
The position or the chart, I think, looks all right. In my very humble opinion, of course.
Okay.
So yeah, I can do. Is my screen?
I shall just. Right. This is where I was.
Let me know when we're. I'm going to leave you to do the technical stuff.
Right. I think you're there. I think you're on the screen.
Okay. As long as we. So Bitcoin, super. I mean, what people are looking for. If you had watched any of the streams with Dave and I think pretty much everything I've called in recent times has been come to profit. The prophecies have been right. So I generally, crypto-wise, only look on the high time frame. The reason being, and especially, it's a lot safer, and you get rid of the noise from the chart, and especially the stage that we're going to be going into with altcoins. Looking at a 1 hour chart, even a 1 hour chart, and when you're getting hopefully daily candles of 20, 30, 40%, the time frame needs to marry up with the percentage moves that you're getting, in my trading opinion anyway. So looking at stuff on the 5 minute and you just see this candle that looks like it's gone to the moon, doesn't give a fair reflection. Mm-hmm. So you can see here on the daily with Bitcoin, it's clearly got daily support at, where is that? That is 117,275, and then daily resistance at 119,800. So this is the kind of thing that I'm looking for more than anything. And where's the daily range? Because all you're seeing here with these wicks is the true support and resistance is where the candle bodies are. The wicks is just the build that you can see where the liquidity is building. And so understanding not just market structure, but candle formation, I think is something that people don't really look at. Okay. So you can see we're building liquidity essentially. So for me, whilst we're in this range, we're bullish. If you start closing below this, then you'll be looking at, I think around there is an interruption on some lower time frames around about this 114,000 mark. And so obviously if we gain above here, then you really, to be super bullish, we would need to start closing above this wick here, which is around 123,000. So a lot of misconception and what is going to catch, in my humble opinion, of what's going to catch people out with this phase of the market. This is a bit of price action knowledge for you here. Let's get rid of that and just stretch things out. So generally speaking, if you're looking at market structure, people are going to be looking for like these kind of moves. As you as you kind of go out. And then if you're long in, people are generally looking for the pullbacks to get into position. As we're entering a more parabolic phase, more volume phase, especially for altcoins, you're not going to get, in my opinion, you're not going to get this. You're more likely to get pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump, and so on, like this.
Okay.
So people are going to fundamentally not understand the difference of the phases that we're in. So if you look at, let me go to a different chart. There we go. So USD. I can do it on this one. Doesn't matter. So if you look in general at Bitcoin, as we have been the bear market lows, we have gone consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump. More of a pullback here.
Okay.
But you see the difference in price structure. You're not getting that thing. So if you look at this versus how altcoins look and have moved, which are altcoins obviously have been absolutely murdered to oblivion. It's fun that this is the kind of thing. This is obviously on the weekly chart, so it's a much higher time frame. So people are looking for trades where you're, after you've had a pump, that you're retracing back to the point of origin and retesting the order block that's here. And fundamentally, we haven't been doing that on Bitcoin at all, because Bitcoin has been, if you look at it in essence, it's been pretty aggressive uptrend. So this is where I think people don't understand and will miss entries, because you're going to have different type of price action to what people are used to, or what they are taught, or what they're expecting, or whatnot. So what will happen if you've got these price structures, like I'm saying, people will be waiting for the pullback, have their entries set here, and then it just won't get there, because instead of coming to here, it's up here, and then it starts going, and then you start getting the FOMO entries into positions. So as I mentioned to Dave on stream the other week, you look at, so that's the differences of volume-based push price action versus traditional kind of like pullback to, but this is when fibs come in and people go, oh, it comes back to the golden pocket and all that kind of crap. You can see on Bitcoin it hasn't done that at all. So let's pick an altcoin, pick any altcoin. Let's do e-gold.
Okay.
For example, is that right?
Got you EGLD.
GLD USD. So where are we? Crypto. So if you look at something like eGold, I should probably start it moving now. So you can see here, obviously, we've just been grinding down, and a lot of altcoins look like this, and some of it we're actually past the very lows over here. So we're coming down here, and what's going to happen, in my very humble opinion, when you gain, let's say, here is where support is. So once, say, support is gained here, in my opinion, price will not stop and doesn't need to stop. Probably the first interruption that we get will probably be around this point. because if you, again, understanding price action, if price, you can see all of this distribution going down here, where price, again, looking at the candle closes, where price has been.
Yeah.
Price doesn't need, once it breaks and reclaims clear support here, there is no reason for it to stop. It doesn't need to stop here, or because price has already been here. It can literally just go, and I think you would have seen this if you've been listening to the stuff with Dave. Once this stuff is gained, you're just going to get a candle straight out. And you're not going back to that price structure with Bitcoin. People are going to want the pullbacks, but they're not going to get it because price doesn't need, because you can see anywhere price has been and consolidated, price doesn't need to stop there at all. It's only when you start getting voids in price in the charts, that's where you hit into mass liquidity, and that's when it needs to stop.
Okay.
So
right.
I think that people are going to get caught with their pants down waiting for trades that just simply will not present.
Right. Okay. So
I'm not saying you're ego, but I'm just saying that technically speaking, that is what can happen with Bitcoin at this stage. There's no reason in my eyes for it to stop. And not Bitcoin, with a lot of altcoins, once they gain major support levels.
Okay. So for example, like I mean Solana overnight went up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Do you want a quick look at that as well?
Yeah. So
I'm sure people will be interested.
So see this little wick here and this blue line?
Yeah.
That was my entry.
Bloody hell. You're joking. That's amazing. So where did you get that level from? What made you go for that?
Do I need to give all my secrets away?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So looking again at the weekly chart, let's do it on a let's do it on there. It's fine. So I mark out levels to gain and stuff, and my nearest and dearest, who I trade with and give spiritual guidance to, every day will know how I chart, and it's very simple. There is nothing but a few lines and boxes. So why did I look at this the other day? I probably had done something semi-intelligent. All right, here we go. So we've gained a certain point in the chart. And then I was looking again at where support and resistance was. And then not just that, looking here and seeing the candles with the wicks, which to me identifies where liquidity sits.
Okay.
So, and I'm pretty sure if you pull that further across, it's probably going to intersect with lots of other wicks that are over here as well. So that was my primary kind of, right, that's an area that's going to be important. Then I don't really go, again, people that nearest and dearest to me know that I don't really do low time frame charting anymore because it's just pointless. So I think I even done this on the 1 hour, you know, when I was actually in the trade, which is very unlike me to get this technically detailed. So this is what it was. Okay, so you can see here we had clear resistance, which was then support, and then you could just see it was just building, just trying to push up against this. It obviously caused that initial wick into my entry point, which we had identified on the higher time frame. So for me, the key level to gain was once we'd got above this, and we was in the clear, and we were going to pump past the resistance. And then you can even see here, it very kindly came back down and retested perfectly in the zone that I marked out.
Yeah.
Just understanding the price points in charts, where liquidity sits and where you need to gain past. And I think one of the biggest errors people make in trading, investing, and stuff like that, they look at the 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, or 1-minute chart, or whatever it may be, because they want quick, simple, easy trades.
Yeah,
without looking at the high time frame picture. And the high time frame, when you're considering like market makers are not looking at 5-minute charts. They're not looking at hour charts. They're not looking at 4-hour charts. They probably don't even bother, for the most part, looking at the daily. They're looking at weekly levels. So this was, again, this was one of my charts that I'd done for another version of Solana. So this was I drew these out months ago, support level, which it kind of almost lost for a while and then quickly regained. Then this was the resistance level, the red line. And then I said that, again, because price has been here in this area, that I think once we gain this level here, the red level, that we will shoot up to this next level quite quickly. And so far, it's breaking out. So I think from the move that I advised a few people to potentially look for on Friday, I think it's done 11%, I think, so far. So that's how I look at charts. I just kind of, for the most part, I'm on the weekly, look at key levels of where there's clearly high time frame support and resistance. And once you get them support resistance flips, you'll get an expansion move from that point.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with the way you, well, the way you just look at a chart and you see those levels. Now, I mean, now you've done it, I can't unsee it. You know, I sort of like, it's like
the thing is most like it takes me to chart something on a high time frame takes me 2 minutes, I'd guess. And then that's it. So for me to actually go through my watch list takes me 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Just flip through and go, right, are we anywhere near any of my points of interest whatsoever? And then I'll look to trade. Whereas I think, yeah, again, too many people get caught up with low time frames, and they might go, right, low time frame looks great.
Yeah.
But you are potentially high time frame longing into resistance. And like I say, the market makers do not care one iota about anything other than the high time frames and where they're gonna put their support, because basically anything where you've got key support and resistance from high time frame perspective, and they are supporting a particular price level.
Yeah.
It's so easy to pick out, and you know that it's going to take quite a lot for it to break through it, or for either if it's support or resistance. So you just know you're in a much better spot. Yes, trades might not take as long, but the thing is, like here, so generally speaking, that trading challenge account that I was doing on MEXC, where I've done, I think it was 16x last time I looked. And that took about 6 weeks, I think it was. All I was doing was looking at these gain levels. Once you've gained, just get the overside retest. And if you was getting it, obviously it was a slightly different price phase of the market. But the bounces that you was getting from those levels were pretty key, because what you'll generally find when you get to these high time frame levels, if you scroll in time frame, you will get a compression point at this.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
That's right. In and around where the level is. So if you get a retest, so this has done what have we done here? We've done 7%. So this obviously this is Solana's bit of a higher cap, but if you've got lower cap coins that have done more than this, for the most part, all I was doing was waiting for these gained levels to be retested, and then I was just literally, I weren't looking for new price structure to be hit. I was literally looking for the bounce, and then just taking, depending on the size of the moves, 5 to 10% moves off of those bounces. That's all I was doing. And it's just, and the thing is, because they're high liquidity areas, generally speaking, if this breaks down, it's going to bounce back at least the first attempt. But because you're trading internal structure rather than trying to make new highs, you're not counting, or you're not waiting for new external structure to form. You just trade the internal.
Okay, brilliant. Look, I've got quite a juicy Ethereum trade on at the moment. You couldn't just look at Ethereum for me, could you?
Of course.
Give me some of your wisdom. Just while you're doing that, I'll just go through a few comments. Right, Shrimp Code, stop promoting trash on it. Look, I mentioned Chippy. I think Chippy's going to be great. If you don't like it, don't buy it, but I'm going to. So there you go. Wisdevolt saying you caught the banana zone on banana.
Yes, you like that one, didn't you? Cool. Oh, you didn't know, Wiz.
You can tell us about that in a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Steve in the UK was saying, howdy, my bell didn't ring. Oh, I don't know why. Do make sure you are all subscribed and you got the notifications set on all. That's very, very important. And of course, do give the video a like while you're there. Shrimp Chode. Oh, sorry, I thought it was Code. Where's Dave? Is he on holiday again? Yeah, he's been on holiday since July the 9th, but he is back tomorrow. So he'll be back at work tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I'm going to guest with him. On Wednesday, we can have a chat about what he's been up to and all that sort of thing. My mate Maff here saying good afternoon, Maff. Excited for alt season and Chippy. There you go. You see people excited in Chippy. Shrimp Code, fish and chips. Okay, right. That's what that's about. Right, smash the like. Nick, hi. Right, brilliant. Right. Yeah, thanks for everyone coming along, by the way. And yeah, where are we? Ethereum. Yes, I'm currently I'm in a trade. I'm long from 3223, so that's quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, so I bought spot at 1550, I think it was.
That comes as no surprise whatsoever.
So we, in one of my groups, alpha groups that I'm in, I think I called this bottom within $3, I think it was.
Wow.
Which is quite funny in itself. So yes, I have 1550, and then I have another trade, I think from, let me quickly find it, I think it's 2058 or something like that, or maybe a bit lower. Basically on this retest here. Is where I got in, so, and that's on leverage, and that's just ridiculous at this stage.
Okay. Well done.
So yeah, so despite not trading much crypto, I have got a few crypto trades that are active, but they're more long-term swing positions or investments. So this was always, this structure here was always pretty straightforward.
I'm just trying to see the date on that. Actually, let me move our avatars out of the way. Hang on. That's not the one. That one. Yeah. Okay, so that was back in what, like May time, was it?
What's that here? Yeah. June.
Oh, okay.
In June time. So I can go to whys and wheres, but basically the key level to gain for me was always these highs here. So I kept saying 2,750 was always the one. And again, I think if you go back on the streaming with Dave, I think there was numerous times that I mentioned this. And again, I mean, to have this on the weekly, if you look at the structure of these candles, that's all here, where we'd gained this level here and we was just sitting on it and just building liquidity with the candles. And you actually look at the body formations was really kind of in a tight window. So the liquidity that's building here was just ridiculous, and slightly taking the Trumps of this world was slightly taking the mick with, like when Noah was saying about buy the dips and all of that kind of stuff. So again, if you look back on stream, I said to Dave, as soon as we've gained 2,750, this won't stop at all. And because we'd be, again, if you look at the price structures, you can see the price had been here, it's consolidated all through here. There's nothing to stop it at all. And nothing has stopped it. It's just gone beautifully up, and hasn't bothered abating whatsoever. So most people will be, it's that time of day when alerts start going off. Most people will probably start looking to short from here, or maybe in the order blocks or whatever around about this point. Again, you can see here that high liquidity zone. I know this is back in 2021, but once we're above, where are we? Let's put a horizontal line above this level here. It's just going to start chewing through this bit here. So everyone, again, thinking back to market structure, is going to think we're going to retrace to here. I do not believe that will be the case. I think we have this high here and this high here. This will be the third attempt at this high. I will put good money that these highs get taken out. I don't think it will be by much. I reckon probably just enough for people's stops around about 4,200, 4,300.
I'm making a note of that.
Not financial advice, not financial.
No, of course not. Of course not.
But what we'll then get, in my opinion, is some consolidation.
Right.
And then
well, that's going to surprise everyone, isn't it? Really.
Again, everyone's been going, well, we've broken out. I want the retest and get in. The market makers have set these charts up. And if you understand how price works, there is no reason for it to stop. And why give people an easy entry back down here?
Yeah, there's a couple of things here that might be interesting to discuss, you know, but particularly for people who are like newer to trading. I mean, the obvious one to me, if I just come to this stream right now and I listen to what you said, is like I'd be thinking like, why the hell did the price in 2021 and 2022? Why does that have any relevance on the price now? Yeah, I mean, I know it does, but I would love you to explain that a little bit.
So, if you're looking at perps trades, okay, for example, for you to take, which most people on here are going to be looking at futures as opposed to spot buying, or maybe both. But for you to trade a contract as a futures, whatever, BLOFIN, Bybit, Binance, whatever, for people to provide, if you have sold here and you shorted this, the great trade in the first place, because you obviously rode it hopefully all the way down. But to enable you to take a trade at any point on any exchange, futures wise, the exchange has to provide the other side of the trade. So if you're shorting, they have to provide the buy on the other side of it.
Of course. So
any time that you are on one side, the exchange is on the other. So if people have sold here or leverage traded here, all of the trades that are in here where, say, Binance have provided the buy as opposed to your sell, they are in a massive deficit.
Right.
Yeah. So at some point, that's why you will always see, for the most part, things go back to origin and market structure gets completed, because they'll allow this to happen. And at some point, they've still got all the buys here, and then people are going to try and sell here. So they want to be on the opposite side and basically balance these orders back out again. And that's why this stuff here, we will probably go past this and take out all the shorts for them to be able to rebalance the books here.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in my own community as well as the Stonksy thing, who see the price going up and they think, well, it must come down because it's been going up so quick, but that isn't always the case, is it? So
the thing is, you've got to see. So whenever you have these expansion moves, so let's pick a point in the chart, right? So if you go from the origin here down to the bottom of the move here, right?
Okay.
Effectively, it didn't stop for weeks. Okay, so let's pull that across. That's a bit easier to see. So in here, where you've got gaps in orders and it hasn't stopped, you then will see, right, so we've got a bit of a formation here, then we go up, and then we've got another formation here, and then you see here, that fills in the gap between this bit and this bit here. And that is because as this bounces back up, there are open orders that are then left in here. So that's why whenever you get expansion moves, price will, it doesn't matter if this is on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 5 day, 6 months, same thing applies. It will always get pushed back, and you'll always get, whenever you've got price that just moves through a zone quickly, price will always have to come back and mitigate the open areas that are in the charts. So you've got this bit here, this bit here, and then this bit fills in. And then above this bit here, you've got, even back here, you can see like the consolidations, and then a lot of ranging in here, and basically you're filling in the gap at this point, right? So let's just say this bit here, from this move down, the bottom half has been done. Then look, you move up, you fill in here. Okay, so then you're at the bottom of this area here where you've had previous consolidation. Then we go bang, back through it again. But then look, comes back down, and then we start filling in the gaps in between. Okay. So that's how, there's so many things that people look at because they're told to look at it from educational material, and they'll go, oh, look at this pretty pattern, or you're going to get this price structure formation where it goes up and down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most of that patterns or level, whatever, or another good one is obviously trend lines, where people go, oh, this is a support and stuff like that. With trend lines, all trend lines show is there's liquidity that's building above it or below it, depending on where the trend line is. The only true way to see is looking horizontally at where there are price, where has price been before and where does it need to return to. So even here, you can see, look at the top of this candle here, where it's filled in, and then you look at where the wicks are over here. We've tiny bit liquidated above those candle bodies, but haven't been able to gain above. So the true gain, when it comes to it, is going to be above this candle here. So if you gain, which is what I had already. There you go. So once you gain above that, then you'll start taking out these highs quite quickly.
Wow.
Once
So what?
it'll range and then pump. Now, the other side of that, if we get to this point and we start ranging, and you then see a breakout that doesn't actually close above here, then you'll go, right, where do we come back down to the next level of support? So these highs that's like here, oops, will probably be your support level to at least be tried. So if I go to my actual trading Ethereum chart and go on to the 4 hour, which was also given as a level to gain, so my nearest and dearest on Friday. And when I say nearest and dearest, this isn't a community, it's just friends that trade. So it's going to load. Here we go. So on Friday, I sent to my guys, I said, if this box here holds, then we'll continue to pump, and come down, held, pumped.
Brilliant.
So
I've just got this question here from Math. He's saying, Justin, give your explanation price retracements. It's uncanny how the chart follows that same pattern.
Nothing happens, Math, without a reason. If that's happened, it's done by design. So what you've also got to understand is where price gets held. Let's just say, obviously, when we hit these price points, clearly the reason that we're not able to gain here is because people are selling, and that's existing selling orders here, and people go, right, there's new stops above these highs. So if you go, let's go back to Bitcoin for a second on the daily. Put it back on the daily. So nowhere we had this lovely two red candles here. So as you can see here, there's clear selling above here, and probably quite a lot, and it's been held, not allowed to gain against there, right? And then conversely, the price is being held here. So basically what happens within it, so these are levels that effectively market makers are trading within. Anything that happens within here, so what you'll see, if you put the volume indicator on, you'll see volume, when you get to these points in the chart, volume will drop off. And then, so what will happen is this, you'll get within this zone, it will be organic price action. So that's exchanges, that's retail trading, whatever will happen within here. And then what will happen is when you get to these outer extremities here, this is where then you'll suddenly see volume come back in and push the price back into this range, because this is where they want to sell the majority of their positions, whether that's spot or whatever. So that's how organic bot trading, exchange trading is done. Like they will, this is all manipulated to keep it in a range.
Okay, right.
So I don't know if that answered Math's. What was Math's question again?
Let's have a look. His question was your explanation price retracements. It's uncanny how the chart follows.
Yeah. So the reason why, so to get back to that, so understanding why this happens. So obviously, either where you have these prices and happening, when you have these zones that are intentionally left, and the amount of time, if you look at every single pump, do you remember when we was in this, was it this one, when we was pulling back and people were going, we're going to go to 50K. There was lots of social media influencers. And when we was in this zone here, people were going, we're going to get to here. So this candle here, again, when we, in my little trading group that I'm in, I think it might have even been mentioned in CSE, funny enough, I called this exact bottom on this candle, exact bottom. And it was purely because of this candle here.
Wow.
So what can we see? All right. So where the price hasn't been, what we've then determined is that there is liquidity that sits in here. Okay. And these are basically saved for the next phase, and it might be the next pump up, it might be for the run down. So what you'll get is, say the price breaks down here and we're in bear market territory, we come back up, and then this is used as a consolidation point, because it will get filled, to give you the necessary fuel required to then push back down past, say, this point. And then so on and so on and so on. So these are left as areas to accumulate and build liquidity for the next move that's required.
Yeah. So where you actually drew that box in, first of all, that's not strictly liquidity. That's more like a lack of liquidity, isn't it?
Well, so in here, as people have been longing, so when you look at these things from in charts, so you've had this compression point here, and then we've had the run up, and everyone will be going, well, what's the sell to buy candle, which is the order block to carry up? So to have this move up, this expansion move, what's happened is you've had this order block here, for example, where it goes, right, this is where someone with mega, or a cable of mega money, has pressed the buy button all at the same time and just sent it up. And then you've got displacement through the zone with fair value gaps. And then, so within this order block here, it's not like you and I going, right, I'm going to set a buy order on Bitcoin, and my order is 0.5 Bitcoin, or even if it's 50 Bitcoin, there's so much liquidity required. So now if you're trading like shit coins, like memes and crap like that, and you're doing it on Dex Screener and stuff, and you go, right, I'm going to buy 10 souls worth, right? Now, the price that you get for it isn't just at one price point, because there's only a certain amount for sale at that price point. So your orders will stretch through, and you'll get slippage on your buys as it goes up. And it's exactly the same here. So all of this, as it's gone up, there are unmitigated orders within this, and high liquidity area. So it's the exact opposite of what you think. And then what happens is, obviously, you can see the highs here that's created, all equal highs. And then we've got, so what you're going to have in there, you're going to have people shorting in here, and this is all their stop losses. And then conversely, when we go here, you've got all of the buy side stop losses that sit here, which is all liquidity that are unmitigated. So this is all liquidity that's built and untested.
Okay, sorry, that was just an alert going off there. Let me just check what that was. Oh, that's all right. It's one of my e-gold alerts. Yeah, I understand that now. Yeah, so that's interesting. That's
there's so many different factors. Like I say, people go, "Oh look, there's a bull flag. That's bullish.
Yeah.
Do that." That's all of the stuff that people learn about. Great, anyone learning anything is great, and anyone that's putting the effort in to learn is great. But understanding why a candle looks in a certain way, or a group of candles look in a certain way, or that's the true skill of how to be.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, on a very, very simple basis, I mean, I think one of the first things I thought was I noticed that double bottoms tend to play out quite well, you know. And then literally you think, okay, well, that's literally because the price went down to a certain level. People missed that entry. So next time, if it comes down there, they're going to buy it again, but they want to front run it slightly. So the right cheek of the double bottom is going to be slightly higher than the left cheek. And that's it. And I think that's all it is, you know, that's so, for, you know, for every shape and pattern or candlestick structure, there's a basic sort of you know, just a human emotion behind it, really. And I guess
it's also set up, right? So let me say this the right way. So every time a level is tested, it becomes stronger. But every time a level is tested, it becomes weaker or more likely to be taken out, should I say.
Right.
So you can see here, right, double top, what you were saying, whether it's double top or double bottom, one and the same thing. We can invert the chart. So most people go, I'm going to short from this because it's been tested so many times. And there is, you'll look on your lovely little heat maps, and the heat map will go, oh, there's loads of liquidity up here, or whatever it may be. But again, what is liquidity? It's the entire job of market makers is to collect people's liquidity. So the more times something like this happens, the more times you've got, does that work? Yeah, there you go. The more times you've then got money up here, the more likely it is to go, thank you very much, and we're going to collect all of your stops.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. The exchanges, market makers will let people win at times. So most people will go, right, I'm going to short from here, and I'm going to have my stop loss just outside here. And then what will probably happen this time round, it will go way past it and take all the stop losses out, and then maybe come down here and then consolidate, and you would have had a successful trade if you'd have, because most people will be looking at this move, obviously looking at it as a daily chart. If people are looking at it as a 15-minute chart, 1 minute chart, that move above there to displace and sweep all the stops will be enough to get you out of your position.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I've always had a problem with them, you know, them liquidity heat maps and all that things that people look at, because, you know, to me, what's going to move a price is that people buying or selling it. And then heat maps, I think they just show like orders in the order book, don't they? So like an order in the order book isn't going to move, you know, change the price, is it? So I don't know. They just seem nonsense to me.
It's the information that's provided by exchanges. So everyone goes on their exchange and goes, right, it's a really good place to trade and stuff like that. Your exchanges know all your liquidation prices, know where all your stop losses are and stuff like that. So sometimes you get liquidity flushes. That's what happens. A lot of the time, that's the exchanges going, we've provided all of this liquidity to people to be able to take their trades, and now we're going to get it all back. Thank you very much. And that's where you get the liquidity flushes from.
Yeah, I think we all know how that feels. Do you know this guy, Cryptogenic Dude? Hello, by the way, Cryptogenic Dude. He's got some trades open from like 2 years ago. I mean, I don't think the big trades, but he's I don't know, I can't remember. He'll probably tell us, but so he's had some trades that he's like ridiculously in profit with, you know, like thousands of %. And he's saying, what rules do you follow when closing a trade? Personally, the rule I follow is one that Block Pro said. It's when you look at your account, and you go, F me, that's a lot of money. That's when you close a trade. But yeah, I'd love to hear your wisdom again on this, on that.
Well, whether it's trades, whether it's spots, whatever it may be, my simple rule of thumb, and I'm pretty sure Block Pro would say the same as me. Before you enter a trade, you should have an invalidation point, stop loss, whatever you want to call it. You should have a point in which you want to get in the trade, entry point, and you should have your levels of where you wish to take profit all planned out. If you do not have them three elements all planned out in advance prior to getting into trades, you shouldn't be in the trade, or you shouldn't be trading, first and foremost, because you've got to go, oh, I might take profit in a bit. How do you know what your risk reward is? Does it fit in? Most people trade without a plan, and the people that I try and help along the way, I say to them, would you start up a new business selling firewood, for example, without having a target audience in mind, when you wish to take profit, how much your costs are and stuff like that? No, you wouldn't. You would have a business plan. When you trade, you should have a trade plan for the individual trades that you're taking. You should have a plan of how you allocate capital. If you do not have them things, you're gambling.
Okay. Well, cryptogenic dude, right? This is. I mean, look at this. It's like BTC open from 17,800, still open. Pepe trade up 20,000% at the moment. That is just absolutely insane, isn't it?
It's brilliant, but so
I don't think he has a plan, does he?
No, so a couple of analogies. I don't know if I've said them on here before. Hopefully relatable to people. If you so risk management, like how much people you risk per trade. Again, I know this is Block Pros. If you had $100 in your pocket and you went into a nice casino and you go, right, I'm going to go and play $20 a hand blackjack, you might spend all of your money and be finished in 3 minutes.
Right.
Same way as if you come trading, you got $100 and you risk $20 a trade, 20% of your capital. You might be in and out very quickly. If you go to the same casino and you've got $100 and you use $1 a trade, you might play for a very long time and have lots of fun. Great. So that's how you allocate capital. Conversely, if you go into a casino and you go, eventually the house will always win because the odds are stacked against you. And that is exactly what I said about exchanges and market makers. You are a pawn in their game. And the more you play, the longer you play, eventually you will lose. If anyone's ever seen a documentary or watched the film 21 with Kevin Spacey in it, people can count cards. You can go into casinos. You can beat the system, but you go and you go and play your blackjack, and you follow a systematic plan. You do not deviate from it. You're not there to have fun. You're there to win, and you can then beat the house. If you do not do either of those two things, you will lose eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So cryptogenic is saying, hang on a sec. So he's saying, so Justin, you're saying I should plan my exits like I plan my shorts. Well, yeah. I'm just underconfident in my self-belief, honestly.
Which is the thing is, it's anything can happen at any one time with the marketplace, right? We've seen like the how much of a drawdown that one thing came out at DeepSeek in April. and what that done to most indices. You could be sitting there on 20,000% profit or whatever it was. Obviously, having trades open long term, especially as you get further into the bull run, be aware of funding rates if you're using leverage, because you could be sitting on very high profit margin trades, but you might be paying ridiculous funding rates, which you will do, and you're eating into your profits every day. So whilst it looks great to post P&L stickers and stuff like that, be aware of that, and just what makes sense. So with Bitcoin, we are in price discovery. At any point, at any day now, the market makers could go, I don't think it will happen, but we might go, right, we're going to suddenly see a 30% pullback. And then people go, it's only a pullback. And then it might pull back another 30%. And the bull run could be over. So there's no having unrealized, I assume it's unrealized gains will always remain unrealized until you press go and cash in your chips. So there are many, many, many opportunities every single day to have trades. If you're happy with the profits, then bank the profits. If you're unhappy and it's not, and you think it's still got some margin, then let it run. But please, 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 please do not just go, I think it's going to carry on going because Justin said it's going, or because I saw on YouTube or on Twitter that's an influencer has said, it's going to $1.5 million. I'm going to hold this trade forever. You will get wrecked eventually.
Yeah. There's also the other thing that, I've proved to myself is that, I've done this myself where I've hung on to trades for far too long and I've watched the, profit and loss go way up and then come way down again. And at the end of the day, I'm just thinking like, why the hell didn't I just take profit then? Because the thing is, there is always another trade. It's not, you might think you've caught the trade of a lifetime, maybe you have, but if you're not going to take your lifetime's profit, then what's the point really? And the point is that when you have doubled your money or quadrupled your money or whatever, you can go into another trade and you've got more capital to play with, and that kind of getting the gains and compounding them like that, that can make you very wealthy. So I think
again, it comes to it's what is your end goal with it? Now, where I have an idea of where I think Bitcoin might go to this cycle. No idea on Pepe, by the way, so I won't say it. So I've got my ideas.
Go on, tell us.
What does it matter? It doesn't matter what I could say. You'll see people going, it's going to $500,000.
Yeah,
and then anyone that says anything, there's a very, very what's it called? It's called market cap calculator. Right. So if anyone ever says to you, Bitcoin's going to go to, I don't know, 500,000, right?
Yeah.
Do this, right? So the total, what is it? 117,000, right? Right. And I think it's 18 million, the circulating supply. That, so $2 trillion market cap. Okay. So if people suddenly go, it's going to 500,000, you're going, well, that's great. Is Bitcoin going to go to a 9 trillion in the next few months or whatever? Is it going to go to a $9 trillion market cap?
No.
I'm going to say no. It's like the same idiots that you'll see on online when they'll go, XRP is going to go to 589.
Oh man, yeah.
So let's just do this for shits and giggles because it's going to be a lot. I just need to quickly check what the circulating supply of let's have a look at XRP. So the circulating supply is 59 billion of XRP. 59. That's right, isn't it?
So I've no idea actually. I didn't realize it was that much actually, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
I don't know. So 500. The current circulating the amount of XRP to go to $589 would mean the market cap is $34.75 billion. And bearing in mind gold, total market cap is about 23 trillion.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure XRP is not going to that. So I would highly recommend just sense checking it. And I saw someone asked me the other day about Doge, or what you want to call it, and they went, it's going to go to $3. I'm like, okay, $3. Let's have a look at Doge. And anyone can obviously do this. It doesn't take very long. So 150 billion.
Right.
150 billion, and you go $3. Is the market cap of Doge going to go to 450 billion? Is that a market cap? I'm going to suggest probably not. So just sense check what people say. So a lot of people say stuff on Twitter and stuff like that, and they just spout out numbers with no substance whatsoever. So I always like to do this to sense check of what is realistic.
Yeah, in a very selfish way. Can I just get you to have a look at RX because I'm in quite a big position of that at the moment. It's it's that one there, Recursion Pharmaceuticals.
This one?
Yeah, Nasdaq. Yeah. And just tell me what you think.
As long as it's not financial advice, that is fine by me.
Of course, it's not. Actually, I must admit, I'm sort of gambling my my late father's bungalow on this a little bit, actually. But yeah, no, it's some money I got from that, and I've decided I'm not going to do anything crypto with that. It's all going to be like traditional stuff, and what I consider to be.
What made you choose this particular?
Because Wiz told me.
My word is my bond. It's blow support, is what I'd say.
Okay.
So once it gets above, obviously, I don't tend to look at the fundamentals, especially of crypto, because crypto is just who actually uses crypto in the real world for the most part is. So something like this, I'm sure Wiz has got some very good intel on this.
Yeah.
Gain the blue line and then doesn't need to stop. So,
that would make me so happy.
This is where liquidity sits.
Bloody hell. What's that percentage-wise up?
Don't start banking profits until it's there, even mentally. That is 160% up in pure. That would do me. That'd be nice. Yeah,
awesome.
That's how long it takes me to generally chart stuff. I don't really do much else outside of that.
That's awesome. Do you want to tell us about your bananas then?
Bananas. Banana.
I'd whiz on the other day, and what was he talking about? He was talking about pigs, then some sort of Chinese rubber thing as well.
It's not a Chinese rubber mask or something like that.
No, it's Chinese tires, sort of, yeah.
So I had this, and I mentioned it. I don't know if Wiz was in it already, but I did mention it to him, or messaged it over the weekend, and then yesterday it put in a what was it, 56 decent candle, 27% candle in the day. So it was that one, and then what was the other one that I mentioned? So yeah, I was this red level was the true levels again, but this was my little liquidity area that I had, and yeah, perfect retest, and then just blew past it. So, and now we're at the true levels again and above. We closed the daily above it. So I now expect this to run to at least here before it gets any kind of pullback. So that was bananas. And then what was the other one I mentioned yesterday? CKB.
You can trade that on Bybit, can you?
Yes.
Okay.
So CKB, I think, was the other one I mentioned to people yesterday. Was it C98? Oh yeah, this one. I mentioned this yesterday morning, and then it put in yesterday was a 60% candle.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I had a couple of, considering it was a Sunday, I gave a couple of people some good calls yesterday. Yeah. So, but that was all based on weekly levels. This hadn't truly gained, but I was looking more at this point here that we've gained above that. I was sitting right on that. So easy invalidation to the downside, and then it just went 60% candle.
Yeah.
And just again didn't allow people to get in.
This is really cool. You've been doing this, Justin, because I can see these now. I looking at that chart now, I can see where your line's going to go, and it's.
But the thing is, most people do this. Right? They'll go whatever the chart will go 15-minute. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah, and then they might. If people say to me, I have charted it on the 15-minute, an hour, or whatever. And I'll keep an eye on I'll have a quick flick and I'll keep an eye on the high time frame. I'm like, there is a very key saying in trading or doing technical analysis, and that is top-down analysis. You must have heard of that.
Yeah.
Top-down analysis means top-down. You start with a higher time frame and you work your way down. It does not mean take your top down or whatever. It takes, it is very, very much, don't get a bias on a live time frame, because you could go, oh my God, this is looking, I don't know, super bullish at this point here, or whatever it might, and obviously it goes up, but this could quite easily have just fallen down. But you can see here how we gained and then compressed. Know what I was saying about compressed above a level? There's no pullback, and then bang. This is what's going to happen on the vast majority of all altcoins, and people won't have a chance to get in.
Yeah,
so
very cool.
It's top down is, if you want my spiritual guidance, that's what I would do. And it takes me, I'd say 2 or 3 minutes to set up a chart. Brilliant. If you then want to go lower time frame to look at it, fine, not a problem. But do not get your trade set up or invalidations based off of a lower time frame.
Okay.
What I will say, when I'm trading gold, it's the most highly liquid asset to trade, and I scalp gold. So when I'm looking at gold, I predominantly trade the take my trades on the 1, 3, 5 minute charts. And I probably don't, I chart the majority of it on the 1 hour, but that is purely scalping. I'm looking for micro moves, completely different kettle of fish.
Could we have a quick look at a gold chart so you can just give us an example?
Do not, under any circumstance, again, very much in my humble opinion, and people can do what they want, do not scalp crypto. If you are going to scalp crypto, scalp only Bitcoin and ETH, because they're highly liquid. My general rule of thumb, again, I've said it to Dave on here, is look at the higher the liquidity of the asset, the lower the time frame I'm willing to trade it. If it's a meme coin that's got 30 grand market cap, you're not going to trade it in the first place, but you're going to invest, and you're looking at whatever the gain levels are, because it will be putting in 1,000% candles, especially when you're putting in your size of the trades that you're probably doing.
Right.
So what do we want to look at on gold? So I predominantly look for markets, just general market structure. On gold, you can see that you are getting more of a structure, but as you like here, you've had the impulse, it's not pulled back. So you can look here straight away and go, right, what kind of price action are we in? You're not getting this down, pullback, down, pullback, ignore the liquidation, down. You can see from the first wave here that you get, see that pattern, that different pattern where it's pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump, consolidate, pump. So unless you start seeing some weakness in price action, where you're actually getting some terrible, let's do it with the path instead, where you're getting some actual market structure to trade that actually looks like it's going to be a reversal, then you're really, trend is your friend, pump, consolidate, pump, and just carry on following this, identifying what phase. You can see the clear difference in this wave here, probably to this downward pattern here. And then, so if you look at the impulse waves, pump, not a deep pullback. I could put a fib on this, but this probably comes back to the 382 if I was going to guess. That weren't far off, was it? Yeah, 382. My eyes are Fibonacci. So generally speaking, if you see an impulse move up, on the way back down, you've probably seen it on countless occasions where it goes like this, and then you start seeing the distribution down like this.
Yeah. So
recognizing your wave structure will enable you to trade this. So today, or from since the bottom here, you can see we're in an impulse. So when you then go on the lower time frame, let's say 3 minutes today, see this again, up, consolidate sideways, pump. Now we're starting to see a consolidation, but I know we're at a high time frame point of interest. So normally for a trend reversal, what you'll see is a manipulation to the upside to grab the liquidity. So you'll see that like a shooting star or whatever it may be. Generally speaking, to get a reversal, you will see a liquidation candle to the upside.
Justin, I'm just going to ring my bell. Right, it's not really a bell. Right, market open, but I'm enjoying what Justin's talking about, so we'll carry on looking at this.
Yeah. So
also Justin's got to go in a minute, so please do give the video a look.
Again, understanding what causes reversal. So here you might go, right, you're getting this rounded top. So you would want to see a change character below this point. So a candle close here, and then start seeing some market structure to trade. If we probably don't close below this candle here on the 3 minute, you might just get a liquidate. You might get this rounded top. I don't think there's been a liquidation to the upside. So you might get this pullback into this kind of demand zone that sits under this candle here, and then that might push you up here. So it's a lot more when I'm doing gold trading. It's a lot more looking at how the structure is of the chart. Now, if you look at another chart, for example, this is when you know you've set up charts properly. I've not traded this because I've been on the phone to you. So this is the Nasdaq, and you look. So we've bled down. Pre-session, we've come down. And then as soon as we've got anywhere near New York Open, it's hit the weekly open and just gone bang, parabolic upwards. So how I set up my charts for trading TradFi is completely different to how I do it on crypto, because it's on a completely different time frame.
Gotcha. Well, right.
I could go on for hours about this, but I have got other things to do. But hopefully that's been semi-helpful or semi-intelligent.
I actually think it's been absolutely awesome. I really hope everyone appreciates what you've done today as much as I do. That's been absolutely wicked.
The thing is, I think that the key takeaways for anyone, and what I'll say all the time, if you get any trade whatsoever, any kind of trade whatsoever, you need to have invalidation. Is the first thing you need to do. Not an entry point, not take profit. Where does your trade become invalid? And where your trade becomes invalid is where you put your stop loss. That is the first thing you do, is setting up a chart. Then you're looking at your entry point, whatever your criteria is, and then your TPs from there. If you are not achieving the required risk to reward, do not start moving your stop loss to go, now I've got the risk reward I need. You are putting your stop loss in the liquidity zone, and you will get taken out more often than not.
Yeah, been there.
But the thing is, but the first point of anything, have a plan of how you wish to trade. Whether that is, I want 3-to-1 risk reward on my chart, on my trades, fine. 10-to-1 risk reward, fine. 1-to-1, 0.25-to-1 risk reward, it's fine. As long as you have that in your plan and you repeat it every single trade, the same risk management, same thing, it's fine. But if you don't have that and you go, well, this trade I'm looking for 2R, next trade I'm looking for 0.25, there is no way you can correctly log your performance and how you're trading. So you need to have that plan, and then you need to trade the plan, and then you need to log the trades to know if you're actually achieving what your desired plan is.
Brilliant. Justin, I think you've got some fans here. I think Math was very pleased with what you did, and also Cryptogenic Dude, very happy as well with what you've done. Can't thank you enough, mate.
My pleasure.
I hope this happens again one day. I mean, I don't know if I'll be let alone a solo on the Stonksy stream again, but I hope I will be one day. And I can always fill in for Dave if he wants a day off. And I hope this can happen again. But I'm really, really appreciative of what you've done today. It's been brilliant, and I'm going to watch it back, take notes, and I'm going to learn a lot. Thank you.
No worries, my pleasure. Have a lovely week, all.
You too.
See you, mate. Bye.
Right, see ya.
Bye.
Wow, that was brilliant, wasn't it? That was Justin. Justin is from the Stonksy community. if you get Stonksy, you get access to the Discord, and over there, you get to chat with people like him as often as you want. And yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm going to sit down now. I'm just going to lower my desk down into the lower position so I can get a look at what's going on. Okay, so what happened there on open? On open, price went up a little bit, didn't it? Which means pretty much nothing, because it will probably do something opposite very, very soon. But so far, so good. Let me just have a look, because there was a few things I was looking at. One of them was the 1 hour. The 1 hour time frame. We still got a red background on Bitcoin, and let me look at the 6 minute. 6 minute. 6 minute. We don't have, that's in no trade at the moment. Let me just try that on a few different exchanges. So there's that one there. That's the Bybit chart. Okay, so it looks like we're there's no direct signals at the moment. The one thing I was looking at was Ethereum on the 1 hour time frame. I was looking for this. Oh, okay, that's good. And I was looking for this this lift off here on the oscillator here. Looking at that just going up a little bit. So that to me looks bullish. And now after talking to Justin, and I like the idea of everyone's going to try and short Ethereum at 4,200 or 4,300, and chances are it might not stop there. It might go on further, which is going to be absolutely marvelous for me, because I've got these trades open here on Bybit. So this one's good. This Ethereum one, that's long from where's that? Entry price 3223. So that one is now 300% in profit. $2,300. That's good. And the Bitcoin one's quite small. It's just $845 of margin there. So I'm long from 115,181, which is $491. So not too bad. That's very cool. So that's going great. Let me just go back to the chart. I'm just going to have a quick look at my RX. Actually, I've got to show you this, because this is the whiz pick. This is the one I was talking about. One of Wiz's things. So this is the one I bought some of this on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday, because Wiz was on Friday, wasn't he? And then I bought some in the afternoon down here. So what price did I buy? 580. Yeah, so 580. Now it's 648. And if what Justin was saying happens, then I could be looking at more like 100% increase from there. But at the moment it's like 11%, which is like $2,500. So I'm happy. Very happy, actually. In fact, slightly ecstatic, actually. That's nice. That's nice. And I'm doing all that as well within the UK stocks ISA. So profits from that are tax free, which is really worth taking advantage of. I think I need to do a video about that, but I don't want it to be financial advice, because that wouldn't be good. I don't want to get banned for that kind of reason. In the corner of the chat, right down the bottom, there's a little heart thing. It'd be great if we can just give some little hearts like that to Justin for coming along and making my final solo day, rather pleasant, I must admit. That was really, really good. Okay, let's have a look at what else is going on. Everything's looking good, isn't it? Let's have a look at the S&P 500, which I must have somewhere. I'm sure. There you go. Right. Oh, okay. Right. So S&P 500 is ripping away. That's fantastic. And look how good Stonksy is on this. It's like just been brilliant. Oh, by the way, with Stonksy, I believe there is a code you can use in the next 24 hours. So let me just get the links up. So if I get that there. So, well, first of all, I'm going to give you the link to the annual. Actually, it's both the same link. Actually, just two different codes. So that one, that link there. Okay, put that there. So the code SWC10. If you want to get the annual, right, that gets you 10% off the annual, which obviously saves you a lot of money. If you want to just do it monthly, there's a code which TMG was talking about. Let me have a look. I wrote it down somewhere. I'm don't know where it is. I'm pretty sure it is Stonks 40. No, yeah, Stonks 40. Okay, so that is a code. If you want to do the monthly, that gets you 40% off the first month, which is obviously a massive reduction. So do use that. But he mentioned that yesterday afternoon. He said it's for only 24 hours. I don't know if that was a bit of a tease thing. I don't know if it's going to last for a bit longer or maybe till the end of today. But if you do want to get Stonksy, then go there today. And if you want the monthly, you would use that. If for some reason that doesn't work, try Stonksy with a Y40, because I think that's what I heard. I was actually driving at the time, so I just heard it. I didn't actually see what he was, if he was showing anything on the screen, because I was just listening. But yeah, there's that as well. I just want to shill this BLOFIN link as well, because this is pretty cool. Because if you use this link, for a start, it's a no KYC exchange, so it doesn't matter. You can, you don't have to tell them who you are. You can just sign up with no ID, just an email and a password, and off you go. There are certain countries where you might need to use a VPN, like the US, for example. So there is that as well. But I believe that what that gets you VIP1 fees. And it's supposed to be for the first month, but what I'd heard is BLOFIN don't know how to turn it off after the first month. So if you sign up with that, then you could quite feasibly be getting VIP1 fees, which are much less, for a long, long time. So if you're going to use BLOFIN, use that link. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, I just want to have a quick look at the Mag 7. So look at these on the 1 hour with Stonksy. Tesla's looking good. That's fine. I haven't got any at the moment. I sold my Tesla stocks. Amazon's doing all right. You see, Amazon was a thing that Wizard of Alt was talking about the other day, saying keep an eye on it, and I didn't actually get any, but yeah, oh well. Google, I actually sold my Google shares stocks this morning, because they were in the wrong part of my 2-on-2 account. They were in just the regular invest rather than the ISA part. So I just wanted to sell them for a small profit and then move that over into my stocks ISA. So that's what I did there. Apple are doing good. What's going on with Apple? I guess they must have announced something or whatever. It's all looking good, isn't it? Facebook, all good. Microsoft, yeah, it's all good, isn't it? So who are the winners on my list anyway today? I've been making videos about e-gold, saying how bored I am with it, and as soon as I do that, the price of it goes up. I haven't actually sold any. Actually, I did sell a little bit, just to repay a loan that I had. But the majority of it I've still got, and the price is going up. So maybe I should look back at what Justin says, and then look for them higher levels like what he was talking about. So that's cool. In my regular crypto, some things like Solana's doing brilliant, isn't it? Just like we talked about. I know Tau is a lot of things that people have got. That's now green on Stonksy on the 1 hour background, so that's probably going to go up rather beautifully, I would have thought. So all good. CRO, I've got a load of that as well. That's all green as well. Yeah, brilliant. Awesome. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the comments again. Right, Cryptogenic Dude saying, could you have a look at the liquidity map when you can, mate? I can, yeah. Let me have a look. I guess you mean for Bitcoin, yeah. Let me just. So I think it's normally CoinGlass is the one that Dave uses, isn't it? There it is. Right. I don't think I've looked at it on this computer before, so I might have to enable a few things. Let's have a look at that. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, I'm a bit snuffly today. Sorry about that. That's weird, isn't it? Sort of not really showing very much. I mean, there's obviously, that liquidity there up at 119. And where are we at the moment? 1-1. Oh, we're pretty much there, aren't we? 118.835, yeah. Okay. So upwards, just round about that 119. So could see a reaction there. Below 116. It's pretty much as you'd expect. I'm not into this, to be honest. I mean, it never means much to me because, like I'm saying, it's people buying and selling that creates price movements. Orders on the order book doesn't mean anything because they can just be sit there for years and then get cancelled or whatever. It doesn't mean that much. And like Justin was saying, it's just like info supplied by exchanges. But let's have a look at Bitcoin, because there was this trend line that I was looking at. Let me just turn off Stonksy for a moment. I'll just show that chart there. Okay. So this was a trend line I was looking at the other day. This red one here. Let's move that green one because that's irrelevant. So this red one here, I was looking at this over the weekend because basically we'd had like a touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there, touch there. So, plenty of touches. And, I was waiting for this to break out, and that did break out pretty much this morning, like early hours of this morning, broke out of there. And it does what Bitcoin does. So I just realized I'm not showing my chart. Damn. Sorry. Oh, no. Oh, dear me. Sorry. Right. So you missed all the heat map bit and all that. The heat map wasn't very exciting, to be honest. It was basically there was a bit of liquidity above, bit of liquidity below, as you'd expect. Nothing amazing, really. So yeah. BTC and ETH, yeah. Cool. All right, I'll have a look at it again in a minute, and I'll actually show the chart properly. Yeah, sorry about that, Math. Mr. Delta Chart, who says, blank screen. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, right. So I'll go back to that in a moment. Do you want me to do it now? I suppose I should do for continuity. So right. Right, share that tab. Right, here we go. Right. So this is what I was looking at on CoinGlass and looking there, and it just wasn't very exciting, really. It was like, bit of liquidity there at 119, but at the moment there isn't really anything there, so I don't really know what that means, really. I don't think it means anything. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Oh, what am I doing there? Liquidation map. That's what I should have done, isn't it? So you can tell I don't use it. That's not what I want. Right, what am I doing wrong here? Liquidation. No. Is it this one? No. Oh, there's loads of them. Was it that one? And now I'm back on BTC. Right, I clearly don't know what I'm doing, do I? And so why is that? Binance BT. Okay, that's BTC. So why, if I just look for Ethereum, why is it different? You would think that would be the same kind of thing. Oh, okay. That's not Ethereum now, is it? That's not Ethereum. Oh, I don't know. Refresh it. Maybe I'm supposed to be logged in. Look, I probably won't do that, right? Because, you know, anyway, let's see what Cryptogenic did. You're all right, mate. Honestly, I use Model 2 when I use... Oh, okay. Model 2. Liquidation levels, and they've been taken out already. Yeah, I would agree, Pedita. I haven't seen you here for a while, actually. I know you used to be a bit of an OG back in the early days of Stonksy. So Model 2. Okay. Oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense with Bitcoin. And it does look like the majority of the liquidity is up to the top there. Okay. So that implies we might go up. Okay. Which I would agree with. Right. Let's see if I can find the Ethereum one. Okay. That's better. And okay, well, if you're going to go by this, it looks like we're going to go up, doesn't it? Because that's where your liquidity is, and that is up there. And this level up here is what Justin was reckoning. That's where people are going to start shorting. I think Ethereum is going to get really interesting. Actually, I think it's going to do things that people didn't expect. You know, partly because it's been like dead for so long. You know, and all that. Right. Sorry for the awkward. Oh, it's not awkward. It's just something I don't normally look at. I know Dave does, but he'll be back tomorrow. Right. Pankaj Collie says it's a simple liquidation heat map. Yeah. Type ETH and check for gate. Gate. Oh, you mean gate as in the? Oh, I see that one there. A gate, the exchange, a gate IO, isn't it? Yeah, same thing really. It's like it's a bunch of. I think it's going to go up. I don't see why not, to be honest. Actually, so yeah, that's good. So Perdita has been lurking. Okay, what for what for months? That's cool. Okay. Let's just go back to the chart because look at this. Anyway, what I was saying. What we're saying about the Bitcoin chart is like over the weekend, I've been looking for the price to sort of break through this trend line here. This has lots of touch points, and that's why I thought this is probably pretty relevant. And look at what it did. It kind of broke out, and it came back and retested like that, and now we're going back up again. I mean, could that have been like that? Not really, but all right, it didn't work out perfect, but that's some kind of retest, isn't it? But I don't know. You can look at this lots of ways, can't you? Was that some sort of symmetrical triangle, if you like triangles? I suppose it could be, couldn't it? But it's all. I always think you can just draw any pattern you like, and you can make it fit somehow. So there you go. Right. Look at it right now. It's full sending. What is? Are we talking Ethereum or? I mean, Bitcoin's doing great. I actually can't wait to have a look at my trades and decide what I'm going to do. That's going to be really cool. I mean, everything's doing all right, isn't it? This one is ZRO. This is one that Block Pro from Crypto Saving Expert. He really likes this, and I must admit, I don't know what it is, some sort of layer 1 thingy, or I don't know what it is, but seems to be doing amazingly well. Yeah, really good. Okay. Solana's doing fantastic. I'm going to have a little look at Chippy before I go, actually, just to annoy whoever it was. Wasn't it Shrimp Chode, was it? I'm just going to get it up on another tab. So Chippy is a token created by that Martini guy, right? It's on Solana, and look at it. It's been doing really good. What the thing with this is Wiz was talking about RX. So I can't wait to look at that. Okay. Chippy, what it was going to be was TMG was going to do a token called Plop, that then he decided the market wasn't right for us at the moment. So he's now just decided to concentrate on Chippy. And, this is not even with the version 2 website and stuff being out. And the price in the last week or so has gone up 896%. I had about $2,000 worth of Chippy a few days ago. I've now got like $6,000 worth, so I'm very, very happy about that. Everything's looking really good. Right, I'm just going to look at RX. Oh wow! Right, if this is my final 3 minutes of my solo, what do you call it? My solo Stonksy indicator show, then this makes me bloody happy. And thank you so much to Wizard of Vault. I was going to put your thing on the screen. Right, RX has printed a god candle, and it just we'll clip a little bit now as it's hit liquidity. Okay, that sounds like a reasonable thing. I'm now, look at that. I'm now $3,500 in £3,500 in profit, 17%. So, got 3 minutes left. Anybody want to say anything apart from well done? I'm quite chuffed with that. I bet my crypto trades are doing all right as well. That's good. Yeah. So Bitcoin's a bit small. I wish it was bigger. That's just $532. But there's a Ethereum one here, 307%. Look at that. That's great, isn't it? But I think I might keep it open for quite a while now. I've had that discussion with Justin. So yeah, good. Right, Cryptogenic dude, it's been emotional. It actually has, hasn't it? It's been really nice. It's been great. I'm obviously just a bit happy at the moment because got a lot of money there. Good effort that. Thank you very much. Good job, SWC. Thank you very much. Right, thank you, SWC. You've done a great job covering Dave. All the best, mate. That makes my day, actually. Right, in the final minute of the stream, I must say thank you very, very much to everybody who's come along. In the bottom corner of the chat thing, there is a little heart thing. Give that a little click on. Let's see some love. But so I'm going to have my day off tomorrow, as I normally do. I will be obviously on my own channel. My own channel is called Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and I'll be doing stuff over there as per usual. I do videos every day about crypto, as you'd expect. I will actually be back on this channel on Wednesday doing my usual guest spot with Dave, and it's going to be really cool to have a little chat with him and just catch up on what he's been up to and what I've been up to. And it's been really funny that the market has absolutely rocketed while he's been away. I do hope he was in some good trades and all that. And it's been great. Cool. Oh, Math's still here. End of an era today. Where else are you live streaming? Okay, I am going to be doing a live stream with Math, actually. We're going to do that at 4:30 UK time on my channel, which is called Save with Crypto. Did I mention that? 4:30 Wednesday afternoon, We're going to be talking some good stuff and some new stuff we're going to put out this week that I think you're all going to really, really like, you know. Stella Jennings here, aka Jeff, saying peace out, great job. Right, thank you very, very much, everyone. I've really appreciated everyone coming along and supporting me through the last 12 days when I've been doing the show. I actually do feel a little bit emotional, actually. Might be because I've just become a bit more well off as well. But anyway, I really do appreciate everything you've done. Please, please, please do give the stream a big fat like on the way out. Do make sure you are subscribed and you've got a notification set on all. And above all, tell your friends.